Hello. All right, you guys, I'm sorry about that. Something happened. The internet just died, and that really sucked. So, I don't know what to say about that, but we're back, and we're live. I won't make you watch the intro again. Hopefully, those of you that were here will come back. I'm just kind of making sure everything's back on par here. It's telling me we are not. Are we live? I can't tell if we're live or not. All right. Hopefully, you guys return, but until I do, I'm going to see if we can avoid that again. At times. And they've been screwing around with the internet. They're since we got fiber, they're kind of finishing. Other people have now wanted fiber, and once in a while they shut it down. And I don't know if that's what just happened, but that's where we're at now. So, for those of you that were on here for the first 15 minutes or whatever we did, I'm going to briefly go back and talk about this deal real quick. And those of you that don't care, don't pay attention. So, we have this 13 fishing Kalon C spinning reel, and it comes in four sizes. You got the 2, 3, 4, and 5, respectively. So, these reels, I don't know. I mean, it looks a lot to me like a Daiwa Pro Scion or a Johnny Morris Platinum. I don't know who makes their reels. They, I mean, they look okay, but at a normal price of $89.99, now $24, $25, sorry, uh, seems like a pretty good deal. So I'm not sure where people are going to spend their money this year, but I haven't found a reel for that price that started out initially near $100 so far. The next closest deals that I'm seeing are the Fluger President, and I want to say the Johnny Morris Carbon Light's going to be like $59, which is a decent spinning reel for $59. So moving back, we already talked about Carl's Bait and Tackle and how I feel like their deals have disappeared since they were acquired by a big company. So they've kind of lost my interest 100%. Now the Guggen Squad stuff, I love there's some stuff that I really like that they make. I like their frogs. Uh, when I can get them for half price, it's a smoking deal. What I'm seeing though on their like Black Friday deal. It says up to 50% off, but uh, most of those are going to be on these bundle deals. And after some years of having bundle deals available to everybody, it's kind of lost its luster for me. You end up getting box after box after box, a lot of duplicates. Uh, you end up with a lot of stuff you may not even use. So I've become more now that I have a good base of gear, to just kind of hunt and peck for things I want, or if I want to load up on one particular thing. So um, what I have found though is, like, this year on this site, the best deals are going to be like terminal tackle or these bundles if you want to go that deep. They're about half off on the bundles, but tungsten weights, hooks, and Ned rig hooks and things of that nature are all half off. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Here we go. Like the Rattle and Ned here. I do like these. Uh, I've had success with those quite a bit. The one disappointment to me is they don't have any deals on their rods or reels, which, say what you want about their stuff. I feel also the Guggen Squad was also acquired by a conglomerate, if anybody didn't know. So I think there lies another deal why you're not going to see mega specials anymore. It's kind of lost that family feel, and it's taken on more of a corporate feel. So and you can tell in the pricing. I have a little shopping cart here. I'll show you that I kind of got going on. I don't know if it's going to show you guys that. I might have to move it. There we go. Right there. So in my cart, I have $100 worth of stuff, and it comes with this Bass Mafia um, bait coffin, which I don't know anything about it. It looked like something I would like to have though for just my terminal tackle that I keep on the boat. That's plenty big enough for all of my terminal tackle that I keep on the boat. I don't see a need to have any more than that. If I need more than that, I'm living on the boat forever. But I got some of these darts in here, some Slim Shaky. Yeah, what do they call these things? Slim Shaky jig heads at half off. Those are 250. The saucy hook for 250. Just stuff like that. That's pretty good pricing. Uh, this Shad Wagon deal, you guys. So in Missouri, you can have 3 hooks. In the BFLs, you can use these with 3 hooks. So I do like them. They make a lot of color and a lot of vibration in the water. So for $10, I love this lure. And then you got, of course, you got to furnish it with swim bait heads. So these Guggen saucy swim bait heads there's no real deal here. They're 60 cents off, but 3 of them for $5.39. I'm gonna try them, and then to couple that with their what do they call on them? The saucy swimmer. Where are we going? I'm all over the place. The saucy swimmer. So I'm gonna get one. I think the colors I got one in this pro blue red and the white pearl shad. So anyway, you bring this total up to about $100, and you can get this $35 tackle box. I don't know if that's worth 35 bucks or not? Probably not, but it's probably worth 20. And then all this other stuff. Oh, 2 spools of line. Their line is okay. For 10 bucks, it's okay. So, I got a thing of 6 pound and a thing of 10 pound. A few different Ned heads of colors I like that work around here. And of course, these Ned heads. Well, and that brings your total. Oh, and I use this Flare Kids uh, code, and it knocked off $11.31. So the deal though is you got to get it at. So your total after your discounts has to be over $100 to get the free whatever. And there's different price levels. Like if you only spent 25 bucks, you'd get a mystery like a $4 bait. The next one up is a hat. So, which is meaningless to me. I don't need any hats. But anyway, there's that. That's some of the deal I've found. Now this other site I'm about to show you is called Optics Planet. And Optics Planet sells a lot of stuff. A lot of gun stuff. A lot of military tactical, hunting and fishing. Just a little bit of everything. However, I stumbled upon their fishing section, and they got some deals, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's pretty small. My eyes are bad, but you got these bullet tungsten weights. It's a set that comes with what you see there. Griffey! Obviously, the mailman or the garbage man is here. Hold on. Gotta bribe the dog to not bark at the garbage man. Griffey, come here. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Stay here. All right, you guys. I'm sorry we're having all kinds of good morning stuff. I didn't plan on doing the live thing today, but I'm setting it up and we're getting close to a normalcy, and that whole guest experience like I did with Stephen Smith is going to be a mainstay. Anyway, let's get back to this. The Strike King Tour Grade Spinnerbait. I like these for $3.87. This color specifically. So I got a couple of those in the cart in ½ ounce. At this point, I'm not buying a spinnerbait under a ½ ounce anymore. I have enough 3/8 and 1/4 ounce. Let's see. Now these reels, you guys. Here again, favorite fishing. I don't know who makes their reels, but I have one. I have this black Soleus reel. I bought it. I got it fairly cheap as well on a sale at actually Carl's Bait and Tackle well over a year ago, year and a half ago. It's been a great reel, and I stumbled upon them on this website for 60 bucks. That reel for 60 bucks, I stand by it. I think it's a great reel. Absolutely, for 60 bucks. It's tough to beat that one. They do offer their other reels down here, and I don't know anything about them. I've never used them, but any bait caster under $100, I kind of have a tough time with. A lot of plastic parts. Not a big fan. But these other ones that were originally more expensive, like that Soleus was 130. Here's one that was 180, and now it's half off, if not more than half off, 60% off. I was looking at an 8-to-1 in the right-handed because I like right-handed. You notice the price difference here. If you want a gold one for the same reel, it's 180 bucks. If you want the white one, it's 83 bucks. It is the same reel. So I'm cool with the white one at that price. Now the 7 3-to-1, you can get it in gold for the $83 price, but if you want the gunmetal, you're going to pay 180. And what do they got? If you want the 6 6-to-1, it's 83 across the board for all three. So it has to, their pricing has to be based on stock and what they have. I missed the boat on a reel last week that I really wanted more of. These jackhammer reels by Favorite, and like I said, whoever makes them for them. I bought some of these a while back for about 50 bucks a piece, and with a huge discount on Carl's Bait and Tackle. These were on sale on this website a couple weeks ago for 60 something dollars, and I balked on it. I didn't have the money, so I didn't buy it. Now they're $150 again. For 150 bucks, I'm not buying that reel. For 70 bucks, I am. I'm a buyer all day at 70. For 150, I'm buying a Stratic or a Pro Scion or whatever in that realm, a Daiwa or a Shimano. For the most part, maybe an Abu at a high level, like a Revo Rocket. So anyway, I think that this Optics Planet is a good source. Now, also there's rods. Just for example, you guys, for those of you that don't need to spend $1,000 on a rod and reel, this is a smoking deal right here. A 7-foot medium heavy casting rod, Abu Garcia Vendetta. These were about 80, 90 bucks in the store. You can buy this for $41. That is an amazing reel for $41, or excuse me, rod for $41. I'm here to tell you. They got several. If you like the white ones, they're as low as $53. What else they got here? This Abu Garcia winch. This rod right here was 180 bucks. Now, 76.64. It's a lot of amazing deals. I want to go. I'm going to show you even more here. We're going to dive in a little further. I want to show you kind of how they're this blazing deal. So with this blazing deals that they offer, you cannot use any more coupons. The prices are already below coupon pricing. So that there you go. But like for instance, they have 150-ish rods in their blazing deals right now. These Lew's TP1 blacks they're half off. This 7-foot medium TP, this is a great rod for $72. Very nice. They do only have that in the medium 7-foot, which is a great rod, great size. Another one that I like is this Lew's Mach 2. The spinning rods for 57. Not all of them are 57. That 6-7 one there you can see is 90. 7-foot fast medium, $57. 7-foot 2, and this is where the one I like. The 7.2 moderate fast medium heavy for $57. I think is a great rod for that price. Now you go throw on those Kalon reels by 13 Fishing for 25 bucks, and for less than 100 bucks way less. You have a great rod. And I think if you go on the Guggen site for $10 and buy a spool of line, you can spool it too for under $100. That's pretty damn good. So, um, but like this isn't a Black Friday deal. They have these deals all the time. They rotate through them. Their Black Friday special, I don't know what they're doing right now. Right now they're doing a Thanksgiving sale. Like I said, you can't use the coupons on the Blazing deals, but they do have other deals. So anyway, I thought that was a cool website I'd share with you guys. Um, it it's just something I've been looking into more and more as I see it. So anyway, that's been an interesting thing for me to look at over the weekend. This is the end of my week. I got physical therapy later today for my knee, which uh, so I I have news. I haven't been fishing a lot, you guys, and I kind of didn't know how to approach this. Well, I did. I was waiting for the right time for me, and I uh, I haven't been feeling very good for a while, and very weak, very tired, very winded, just not myself, and just went in for blood work to follow up with other stuff, and I asked for this Alpha Gale test, and it, everything on my test came back good, and except I have this Alpha Gale. This is the Lone Star tick bite deal, and it explains a lot of why I've been feeling the way I have. And I'm not. This isn't a pity party deal. This is just where I've been. Um, I've been trying to figure this out, and it's been a real drain on me. I'm like I said, I haven't been myself. I haven't had the energy to do a lot, and I'm. You guys know I don't make excuses, but this has been the why. I did, like I said, I didn't know why, but now I do. So, um, dietary changes immediately, and I'm just kind of going crazy. I just found out about this a few days ago. So, um, we're going to be a life changing deal. I'll probably shed a ton of weight. Hopefully, it can't be bad, right? But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of where I've been, and where I want to go. I want to get this figured out, and so I can focus on next year. I I didn't let this year go. I just didn't feel good this year, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know why. So, um, you know, took the necessary steps, and now we have to follow through. And I'm hoping by February, I'm gonna give it like 3 months of a very strict diet, because there's a lot of things I can't eat because of other issues. On top of nothing with hair. Apparently, I can't eat anything with hair. Uh, Dairy is included in that. You know, sausage, pepperoni, all this stuff that I like. Uh, I can't eat anymore. So, and this isn't forever, I hope. But I'm planning to just do this, and try to see. I will never know how good I'm supposed to feel if I keep eating stuff that's affecting me. And I didn't know. I just knew I didn't feel good, and I didn't know why. Honestly, I was afraid to find out why. I'm getting to that age, and I'm not old by any means, but I watch Facebook, and I see all kinds of people getting crazy things at this age. So mine was an animal that no doubt I got at work. Uh, come home from work and our wives pick ticks off of us because we're in the bushes and in the trees, and stuff happens. But I don't play in the bushes at home or in my boat. So, and those are the only two places I go besides grocery store. But anyway, that's where I'm at with that. And I'm hoping to, like I said, just continue on with making these changes and feeling better so I can fish more effectively next year. It made practicing hard, you guys. Um, just really sore. So I use a butt seat now. I never used a butt seat. Now I pretty much use one every time. Uh, but anyway, we're going to move on from that, and I'm going to go check out your comments here. Confused by other videos. What do I got going on? Confused by other videos. What do I got going on here? I'll fix them. All right. Are we still having? Is everybody okay? Eat more fish. It's not too cold to fish. No way. Uh, I just don't feel good. I might go fishing in a little bit. The commute's not too bad from here, so if I just decide, I'll go out there. But it's physical therapies at 3:30. And go out there for a couple hours. The days are so short now that I can't go after work, which is a bummer. Uh, Kistler. Yeah, I'm not familiar with their stuff at all. Oh, I'm not gonna quit fishing. They're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get in more trouble than this. But uh, I'll tell you, it's it hasn't been easy. This whole thought process revolving around this tick thing. You know, it's I don't know. It's still new to me. We'll work it out, and I'll share more later. But like right now, we'll just say I weigh about 253 pounds, and I'm pretty much gonna eat like a bird for 3 months. So let's see what happens. We'll see. Yeah, I like this hat. It was what we're a week removed. It was 3 years ago. 3 years and a week ago, we fished in the U.S. Open, Steve and I, and what a great experience. I wish they would do that again. Uh, I just, yeah, that was really neat. It's a shame that they don't do that. Uh, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do next year for fishing. I passed up a lot of great opportunities last year for work stuff that didn't work the way it should have, and I don't know if I'm going to have those opportunities again. But I would like to. I'd like to get back in the saddle, and I've been thinking of either doing the MLF BFLs, either the Ozark division or the Arky division. I I'm only about 25 minutes from Arkansas, and some of these lakes are, they're not that far away, and it's different bodies of water I haven't been in. So I may do the Ozark one as the full time series, and then dip into the Arky ones as I can. That's an option on the MLF side of things. On the bass side of things, if I go that way, there's what they have, the Mo Bass and Solo Pro Series, which really intrigues me. Uh, you fish by yourself, no co angler, which, I mean, I don't have a problem with co anglers and, people behind me, but I do like the idea of it's all on you. Uh, they require cameras on board, which is not a big deal. I I got many of them on board all the time, uh, to circumvent any issues, which I think is great. Uh, so I don't know. There's also a series called Anglers in Action out of, I, I believe their office is in St. Louis, but they do tournaments out of the lakes around here. Table Rock, Grand Lake, Pomme de Terre, Truman Lake, Lake of the Ozarks. So uh, that is an avenue that I might look into too. That's a team series. They're all around the same price. I think the MLF one's a little cheaper than the rest, but they're anywhere from 2.25 to $300 an event, and depending on which ones you do, there's five to six, seven, eight. So I haven't decided, but it's getting to that witching hour that you better figure it out, because you got to, some of this stuff you got to sign up for kind of beforehand to get a spot. So I don't know what I want to do. I don't care about all the rule changes. I can't do the MPFL. You pretty much got to get invited. I'm not that good. I'm not even close. Uh, but they're $5,000 entry fee. No forward facing sonar bunch. So I mean that's awesome, but like I said, I can't play that game. I shoot. Uh, but I can play the little game around town. So it's a matter of either MLF go that way and have a co-angler situation, or go the other way and not, or do a team deal. So I haven't decided. I don't have anybody that I fish with regularly that, like at that level. So these are just things I'm thinking about, as I haven't had a lot of, like I said, I haven't been fishing, so I've been sitting around, I've been thinking, I'm remodeling my office right now. It's a disaster, uh, but it's uh, it's all in the spirit of moving forward with the channel and more fishing content and all of this stuff that I really want to do. So I miss doing the live stuff. I've just had a lot of challenges since I got here, but those excuses are gone. We have good internet, good equipment, and we'll move forward. Yeah, I am gonna do some crappie fishing. In fact, I had crappie stuff in my little basket there. I have crappie stuff in my little basket on on that Guggen Squad site. So we will. I will revisit that for sure. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I I also want to catch walleyes, you guys, because here's the deal, right? I have um, whatever this problem is I have, I can eat chicken, turkey, and fish. So if I can go catch walleyes out here and crappie, I mean, I can't really eat much better freshwater fish than that. And they're right here. Like the biggest walleye I've ever caught was right in front of my boat ramp. So they're right out there. I just need to figure out how to go get them. As far as like the lures and stuff like that, I don't. Do you guys have any special ones that you like? As far as crappie stuff goes, I'm not even gonna pretend I'm good at it, you guys. So if anybody has any ideas, yeah, this tick thing's a real big deal. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of crappie fishing, Paul. Sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. Okay, James, good question. I can tell you right now, I've only ever eaten walleye one time, and I ate that at Grand Forks, North Dakota, and it was excellent. I really didn't know I was eating fish. I had tartar sauce, um, dipping in it. It was excellent. I loved it. So I'm not against it. Nobody in my house likes fish though, except Drake. He'll eat tuna fish. I think if I make walleye and crappie, he'll eat it. Uh, he'll try stuff. Maggie and Tabitha are not interested. I have not tried bottom bouncing for walleye. I don't have any bouncing betties. Um, I will. I James, I'll get back to you though. I will try walleye and then I'll try crappies. Maybe I'll do that live and I'll do a live taste test and see which one I like better. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, Todd. I just caught up on that guy about the Kistler reel thing. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't aware. I don't watch a lot of other folk. Uh, I'm just reading the comments here for a second. Yeah, yeah, Stephen, that we talked. It explains some of my issues. It's so yeah, I'm glad she was negative. Tabitha had a test recently that was negative as well. For to give you an example, a negative test is less than 1/10, so 0.10. And my score came back at a 47. I don't know what that means. I just was my doctor told me online through the portal that I needed to change my diet right now. Like right now. Smaller. Oh yeah, catfish. Caleb. Okay. Okay. Um, I have tried catfish one time, and it was all right. I uh, I think I want to focus though on this catch and cook business on the walleye and the crappie. Um, because if I'm ever gonna get the kids to eat it, I I think it's right now. Yeah, I'll check out this Debo guy. I I haven't I haven't paid attention. I'm sorry. Are there any special things that you guys are bummed about, or are there things that never go on sale on Black Friday that are like, why not? We know the fish finder deals, right? But in my case, I don't need any more. I mean, I'd love to have one more, but I don't need it. I don't. I think that that is just bad. I'm trying to find you guys. No walleyes for James Barron. There we go. Yeah, Todd, walleye is good. I know. Supposedly it's the halibut of the lake, but I don't know. I've eaten trout. I'm not big on that. All kinds of trout, in fact. Steelhead, salmon. I just I'm over all that. I'm not big on it. So we're gonna try this walleye and crappie, but first we gotta find them. I got to get them in the live well. I had caught a few last year and given them to some people at work, and but I haven't gone out. I've never went out and caught 15 crappies, a limit. I've went out and caught two here, three there. So maybe that is something you guys I should go focus on for a minute. Yeah, that's funny, Steven. The I got shoes too for Black Friday, but Tab got them for me early. Got several pair, in fact. I'm good on shoes for a little bit. Um, yeah, Paul, I have three. I mean, I have two 9 inches at the dash and one 10 inch at the front. Um, if I could do anything different, I think I would switch. I think I would put hummingbird graphs on the front and bow, At least a 9 or a 10 inch, one of each, for the mapping and side imaging portion of things. But as far as everything else, I love my Garmin stuff. So I would stick with the Garmin. In fact, I'll tell you what, if I could redo everything, if somebody said, "Here, Mark, here's 6 grand, outfit your boat," I would buy 4 10-inch screens and one LVS 34. I think that's a lot of bang for that money. Uh, but that's just me. I think for me, 10-inch screens are big enough. For some people, they're not. Obviously, they got some that look like computer monitors now. Which ain't, if you can afford it and you use that, by all means, go crazy. I caught and cleaned one for a year ago. You probably had no idea how good they are. I'm gonna eat. Yeah, Jeff. I'm gonna eat the fish. We're gonna eat fish. You guys are making me want to go out fishing. Just talking about it. Uh, what looking forward into the future as far as the live streams and stuff go, I am gonna do giveaways, like we have. But what kind of topics do you guys or would you like to see? I mean, I could go on here and be like Randy Blackett and just be negative Nancy about the shifting of the wind, but I don't think people watch me for that. I don't think that that's a good avenue for me to just come on and piss and moan about everything that happens. Uh, that doesn't suit me. Um, I don't know unless you guys want to see that. I've been my vision is to have guests and talk about things, fishing and other related. Could be anything. Could be stuff about my past, uh, hockey friends, golf stuff, travel stuff, um, people I grew up with way before uh, any of this excitement. I don't know if you guys want to see that. Some of the stuff I do want to tell, it's interesting, and I want to document it. There are some people that are gone now that I was kind of worried about hearing some of this, but I'll answer later for all that. Steven, they changed their White River or Tracker Marine or whatever. I can tell you that's not true. Uh, the 2025 Bass Tracker Classic has a Lowrance Graph and a Minn Kota trolling motor. And that's the boat coming out next year. I've never done well at the dam, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, I agree with all that. I We can go out and explain things. Good morning, Jonathan. No, Todd, of course. Like I I can only say things negatively if I have real purpose. Like I'm a pretty positive, outgoing person, so I have to be real tore up to be negative. And I I just feel like there's no way I can bring myself to be that negative and just for clicks and views. It's just not me. I probably passed up a ton of subscribers by not being more controversial, um, and clickbaity. You guys know, I started out thinking nobody would watch this, and now I got to a point where I've had some views, and for somebody that only has a few thousand subscribers to have over 2 million views, I think it's pretty mind blowing. Uh, yeah, Jeff, you're right. I I can go out there and talk about, why and where and how. A lot of people do that. Um, it seems to me that the traction, like I want to do things that people want to watch. So if I go out, I think the the avenue for me here is to go and do, um, like a lake report. Okay, I go to Table Rock Lake, I fish, I use these lures, I fish main lake points, and this is what I caught. Water temperature was this time of day. Um, I think that that's how I want to approach that. As far as, I don't think I'm gonna sit there and just give on the water lessons unless I'm really feeling it. Um, and it's not because I don't want to do it. It's sometimes when I get into that mode, I get real quiet, which you guys probably find that real hard to believe, but I can get extremely quiet on the lake. Jeff, if you're still on, don't turn to the dark side. Yes, it's easy to clear it. I, Steve and I wholeheartedly agree with this statement. And you can see it in the comment section. I don't get a whole lot of negativity, and when I do, it's usually someone that's just being a smartass. Uh, if I talk about the new Bass Tracker boat, which, I mean, I'm well past that. I owned one for 5 years. I love that boat, but of course I've moved on. And I saw this boat in the bushes at Bass Pro Shops, and I'm like, nobody's seen this. Of course I'm gonna jump on making a video. Um, Hold on. Jeff just said 99% of fishing is doing your. So I find for me, and this is probably an issue. Uh, Maybe I need to open my horizons. It's like when people mention like Debo. Who's Debo? I have always done my own diligence. So you won't see me go on Facebook and go, "How's the bite at the dam?" I will get in my boat and I'll go to the dam and I'll look. I I don't, and it could be a mix of confidence and ego, but I like to figure it out myself. I don't watch a lot of people showing how to fish. I just, I don't know if I think I don't need to. Maybe I'm a fool for not watching. But most of the stuff that I watch on there is like guys tournament fishing and their experience, not what they're doing. I know what they're doing. Um, I don't know. I watch. I think I watch YouTube more for personalities than I do to learn anything at this point. And I don't know if I'm the only one. Uh, it's my TV. I come home. There's channels I watch that have nothing to do with fishing, mostly car stuff, and they put out a half hour to an hour video every day, and I look forward to watching that. Um, because I do think about fishing about 70% of the day, so I need a little break. Um, Jeff, I'll tell you what. I spent a year fishing a white spook because I'd never fished one, and I picked one up and started using it, and I couldn't put it down once I got that. You know, you when you watch these fish blow up on it, and it doesn't matter if it's a 10-inch fish or a 611's my biggest fish ever, bass, and all that's on top water. Uh, it's amazing, and it was impossible to put down to a fault. I think that um, I gave up a year of fishing diversity to become very fluent with that walking bait. I think now I would say that I know when, where, and how to throw that bait on any body of water. But I gave up a year of experience of anything else by doing that. Was that bad? Maybe I lost my hand on the pulse of the lakes that I fish, because if they weren't biting like that, I was kind of lost. So if you want to learn something, don't get hung up on one thing. Uh, I obviously know how to fish other baits, but I did get on a quite a tangent of just the walking bait, and it'll keep you in good shape. If you can go throw a walking bait for 8 hours every time you go out, you're gonna absolutely feel it the next day. All right. I don't know that anybody, if I asked or anything, but oh, Graham. Hey, buddy. Neeper. Dirty Wizard is online. This is great news. But anyway, I want to get back to uh, Black Friday. What if I gave you guys $1,000? What would you buy on Black Friday? Fishing related. Yeah. Hey, Todd. Thank you. There's something else I'm really bad about. I'm bad about asking for likes and thumbs ups and the bell, the notification bell up in the right corner. But yeah, man, I really appreciate. Most of you guys are subscribed and that are watching right now, and you guys know I appreciate every one of you. Jeff wants a canoe. It's not a terrible idea. A canoe works great when the power's out. I haven't been in a canoe in over 30 years. Easy. That is not even a lie. And you know something else. I've never. That's Steven Smith, dude. That's smart. That's a guy using all of his brain right there. $1,000 gas card. Gas here just went under 250 a gallon. We're at 249 or 248. I saw 248. I buy a year supply of what I use the most. Well, that's easy, Steven. Toilet paper. Um, a year's supply of what I use the most. Steve, I'd lipjack you, but you don't even use your boat. Yeah, Jonathan. I brought that up in the Bass Pro Shop Black Friday video. That unit, if you're a club card holder, I think it's $6.99. Um, if I'm right, I could be wrong. Yeah, that's cheap too. Todd's getting good gas. Um, I know over in Branson West, it's always a little cheaper. But back to Jonathan's deal. Uh, you can get into you can get the Garmin LVS 32 and a Garmin 10-inch 106 SV for 2 grand. Uh, the live target on the Lowrance, I think at Bass Pro's running around $1,000, 1,100. So yeah, I mean you're still around 2 grand, no matter how you cut it. I don't think that their forward-facing sonar deals are an awesome deal this year with the combo thing that they're running. Uh, I mean, you're kind of just getting the cord for free if you break down the pricing on any other day. Aloe vera gel. Yeah, it gas card's a good idea. I, you know, like I've been kicking around the idea of my own fishing jersey. I I go on there on these websites and I make them, and I think about all these sponsors that they want you to, they don't want you to, but you can put them on there. And so here's the deal: I'm not gonna put somebody on my jersey that I'm not helping or they're not helping me. Um, for the exception of my boat and motor, I might brand those on the jersey just because. I mean, if I didn't trust that boat, I probably wouldn't be fishing the way I do. So that kind of stuff I would do. But as far as the other things, I mean, my only sponsorship right now is YOLO Tech and Shonka Lures. Now, the gas card idea, like if you could get a local gas company to sponsor you, holy crow, would that be beneficial? Like if you could get X amount of gas. Yeah, I mean, oil change on a boat's $100 now. So well, it costs a bit more on a 150 than a 40, 50 horsepower. So that's a nice expense. Just that maintenance type stuff, some wax, rags, uh, all that stuff. That's important to keep. These boats are investments. Not not a lot of the people I'm talking to right now did buy investment boats and they didn't know it. But like my boat is not an investment. Over time, it is initially I'm invested in it, but that value is going to go down. So the longer I take care of it, the better off I'll be. Uh, Not all of us are going to buy these classic boats dirt cheap that went shot doubled in price, and we kind of made money on them a little bit. I made, I don't think, I couldn't say I made money on my boat, but I didn't lose money. I sold it for like 11.5. Obviously I paid 99.95 plus tax, and about I paid about that out the door, and then you put stuff on it. But for 5 years of in tens of thousands of miles on that trailer and boat, to break even was astonishing. I feel like I did get a very good deal on my boat. Uh, you know, I found this boat. It was a great opportunity, and I jumped on it, and I'm glad I did because if I mean I look at boats all the time, you guys. Even though I have one, I'm happy with my boat. I'm not trying to buy another one. I just it's something I like to look at, and I like to know how much things are going for. And at the price I paid for the boat, you still can't buy that boat that way for that price. So that I did good, and that was 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, buying a boat was one of the sanest things that I ever could have done for myself. uh, I think I've mentioned before, my dad would have thought I was crazy. He'd have been like, "Yeah, this is gonna screw up your golf." I'm like, "Dad, come on, we got time for that." And I don't. I don't golf anymore. I do golf, but not as much as I would have. I agree. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to any of you if I didn't buy that boat, you guys. I doubt you guys would have searched me out if I started a YouTube channel on how to pimp out a Porsche 911. Yeah, Jonathan. And I used to get a lot of questions about, like, is this boat good enough? Is like the Heritage. Is this boat fast enough? Is this boat and my answer never wavered. It's morphed, but my answer never changed. It is the cheapest boat in America set up like this to get on the water. Take that for what it's worth, is what I would tell people. And I mean, I watched, like a lot of people, maybe more than most, I watched the behavior change on these boats, the excitement, the modification craze, and we're gonna do this and that, and it all seems to culminate for a great majority of the people that A, the boat's not big enough, and B, it's not fast enough. uh, I disagree. The boat is what it is. It was never meant to break the sound barrier. It was never meant to be a pontoon boat and have parties on. It's a two-person glorified John boat, and um, and it's excellent for what that is. It's excellent. I'm telling you right now. I'm looking at the picture of me in front of the Statue of Liberty. The boat will go anywhere. It's it that Now it depends on the driver and what he thinks he's capable of. But that boat will do it. So, uh, back to the question that people ask, is this boat good and blah blah blah. If I were going to change gears about the boat, I would have told people, uh, or I guess I shouldn't say I would have told people. my opinion now on that boat is it's grossly overpriced. Even at 15 grand, I wouldn't pay that. Uh, and this green one that they put out at over $18,000, $3,200 for a paint job. And I forgot to add, because I think it's not in my video, but you know that rubber patch on the front of the boat? Ours was black. The step deal, so you didn't, the slip step deal. On that boat, it is camouflage. That is the other difference. So I don't know if Bass Pro is stopping orders for the red one, and you can only order this green one now at 18.2. I'm not even going to go have the conversation because I'm not that interested. But I think what you're going to see is if that $15,000 red one disappears and it's just the green one for 18.2, you're going to see sales decline. There's always going to be someone that buys the weird colored one. Those cream colored ones they came out with after the red and black one didn't do very well. I only see those for sale. One of the guys bought one from here that lives down in Arkansas, Joe Bald. I think he bought a cream colored one. Or forget it. I haven't seen him for a long time. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. Most of us, I've had big boats. No. I mean, there's another caveat to these boats is the efficiency and the financial lessening of buying gas. It's so expensive on these my boat's not even big, you guys. Like I have a 150. A 250 would probably suck 40% more gas at full throttle. Joe Bland. I kept saying Joe Bald. That's a road by Table Rock. Joe Bald Road. My bad. Joe Bland, I'm sorry if you're watching this. My bad. I forgot. But yeah, those boats are awesome for what they are. I think a lot of people though bought them, and like in my opinion, can you over pimp out a boat? Absolutely. I think when people started putting power poles on these classics, that's when it got too much. It's their boat; they can do what they want with it. It's just, in my opinion, if you've got more in graphs and poles than your boat's worth, I think you're doing it wrong. But again, that's my opinion. That's my Eventually, you put so much stuff on your boat that it's so heavy that it won't get out of its own way. And, I still see, and you folks that are on the Facebook and you keep up with it, you see almost every day somebody asks, what prop will make my boat go faster? The honest answer is take all the crap out of your boat if you want to go faster. I really don't think you see a gross difference in speed until you get over a 150 horse and up. That's when you see a big difference in speed. Like, Steven, if I may ask, what's top speed in your boat? You have a Z7, so an 18-foot boat, right? Or 17.8. It's got a 115 on it. Jonathan, my boat, it's either a 40 or a 50-gallon tank. I filled it up twice in 2 years. I put $20 in it at a time. And I try to keep a half a tank, but I keep it flowing. My boat doesn't sit very often, so. Oh, yes, Todd. Congratulations on your new lake home. is gorgeous. And I have to ask, what lake is this? And did you sell your other lake house? Todd already had one lake house. Yeah, if anybody hasn't, it's a little different on the classic boats because at best you're going to have 12 gallons in there, and 12 gallons still pretty heavy. What's 7 pounds a gallon? But it's a little different when you got 40 or 50 gallons of weight. I mean, that's a lot. 40, you're well over 250 pounds of fuel if you fill up. Yep. So here's the difference, you guys. Steven's boat, uh, uh, with the you got your boat's got a 115, right, Steven? Yeah, I'm imagining Jonathan and Steven's boats are very similar. No, 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 Jeff. I filled it up twice, and like so I filled it up when I went to the Big Bass Bash the first time, and used 2/3 of it on that trip, and then I filled it up again. I think before our tournament at Table Rock, and used half of it for that. So I've never keep it full. It rides anywhere between an eighth and a half a tank, and once it gets down around a quarter, I usually put $20 in it. But it's always moving. My boat doesn't sit. I even like I fished all day Sunday, so it's okay. Yeah, so 115. No, yeah, the power poles. I think if they were gonna change anything, it would be the whole shot. Uh, I don't. Do you have the big butterfly brackets on yours, Steven? Because when that boat does dig in, when you take off, those butterflies do dip into the water a little bit, but I mean, a quarter of a sec. Like we're not talking about drag racing in hundreds of seconds and stuff like that. But the difference there between like the 115 and the 150 horse is about 10 miles an hour. My boat naked will go 60. With tournament load in it, I'm lucky to go 56 with another person. By myself, I can hit 58 with a tournament load. And again, that's not fast compared to some of these boats. Like some of these boats will go in the 70s. Um, so uh, I don't want to pay their gas bill. Oh, okay, Todd. That's cool. Very nice. How far is that house from your other one? Ah, that's convenient. Very nice. Maybe I'll come and do a tournament. They have tournaments all the time at Kentucky Lake. How far is Kentucky Lake from my house, Todd? 5 bedrooms? You guys going to adopt? Well, how far is it when you went to from Branson to your house in Memphis? Here, we'll do some quick math. Uh, that's not the right street. There we go. Apparently, it can't find my house, which we know is ridiculous. There we go. All right. 7.5 hours from my house to Kentucky Lake. That's not that far. That's not far at all. That's like going to Spokane from Seattle. Gotcha. Yeah, it's not that far away. I also want to go to Texas next year. I do want to fish in Texas. I've never in my life have I. So I think that would be fun. If there's anybody in Texas that wouldn't mind taking me fishing, that'd be great. I'd love to go to Lake Fork. Actually, I think it'd be neat to hit a few of them in that area. Like, if I drove down there in my boat, there's like 4 or 5 lakes that I think I would try. I try to make a deal out of it. You know, like a week long thing if I was gonna take my boat. Now, if I flew down to Dallas or even drove, well, driving it would depend. If I flew, I don't know. Jonathan, aren't you? Are you in New Mexico? If I remember correctly, you're in New Mexico. By Elephant Butte. Yeah. How's the fishing there? I've I mean I'm sure you remember. I fished at Elephant Butte on my way home from New York and it was gorgeous. Uh Low lake levels. I mean all we caught if I remember right, we caught catfish and I don't know if they were striped bass or they were hybrids. I don't know what they were. White bass maybe. They weren't very big, but Drake had a good time. All I remember about that place is they had a tracker, a little like mom and pop tracker dealer, and pictures all over the walls of giant smallmouth. Uh, but I didn't see any smallmouth when I was there. Is anybody on here in Washington State right now? I don't know who's on here. Um, I'm really trying to figure out where Ben Milliken, if anybody watched these videos where he was 26 hours away from his house, uh, that is either the Snake River or the Columbia River. All right, Todd, have a good day. Good luck. Good luck on the new house. That's fantastic. Oh, that sucks. That lake had, I'm sure it was amazing back in the day. I got three. No, not that one. Not the. He was not in the Dakotas for that one. The one he goes to the same lake up there a lot where they show in his thumbnails they'll show the picture of a barn like he's fishing in front of a barn that's underwater. That is South Dakota. This lake was somewhere else and it's a big ass secret. What they were calling like Dinosaur Kingdom or whatever. Uh, that is that is picturesque Eastern Washington, Idaho area. I'd really like to know where that was. Um, and I think, uh, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be fun to go try it, Jeff. Steven, yeah, all those lakes. I'm not. Stumps don't bother me. You don't have to go fast. If you look at the Columbia River, uh, it, it looks a lot like where he was fishing in these river videos, where him and the Zark were out there for like 3 days. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna figure out where that was at. Um, what about Lake Texoma, Stephen? Is there anything? Is that okay? That's the closest lake in Texas to me, I believe. Oh my God, I remember those days, Jonathan, commuting to Roosevelt. That even from Red Rock, where I lived outside of Tucson, it was still damn near 3 hours to get to Roosevelt. Uh, and I usually stop to get some food, like something quick. There's a Subway in Globe, I think. Uh, but yeah, I don't miss that commute at all. Now I think when I haven't done I haven't trailered a boat any distance more than 2 hours in 4 years. Other than when I bought my boat and drove it here. And I guess I went back to North Dakota a week later with it. But no, I've been pretty much home ever since. Uh, I would like to stretch its legs. I got my tires all situated. I do have to fix uh, my fenders and the uh, basically the fender flares are all jacked up. They need to be straightened up, and it's heinous looking. It's functional, but it stands to be fixed. I would love to buy a tandem axle trailer for my boat. Thoughts on? Does anybody have any thoughts on this? Or could you upgrade a trailer to make it a tandem axle? Could you add an axle? Do you ever go to Lake Patagonia, Jonathan? Patagonia is awesome in the summer at night. The only benefit that I could see is long distance trailering and having that peace of mind if you popped a tire. That's the only benefit. I think that's fair, Steven. I think that I think you're right. I think actually the move would be to just deal with what I have, and then if down the road I get another boat, I make that a priority. I wanted that to be a priority on this boat. In hindsight, I didn't travel near as much as I thought I would right off the get go, so it's really been a moot point. Yeah, dude, Patagonia. Let's get back to Lake Patagonia. It I've seen a 13 come out of that on a Thursday night uh, tournament. It's the biggest bass I've ever seen with my eyes. Um, 5 pounders are all over the place. That is a lake. If you look at a topographical map of it, about 60% of it's surrounded by tules, like on the perimeter of the lake, and some of those tules can be up to 20 feet deep. So what you'll see there is everybody flipping, riding along the tules and flipping into them with some sort of a creature bait. I had a lot of success with a spinner bait and a crankbait fishing those reed edges parallel, getting them to come out. Uh, and honestly, this was before my huge topwater kick. So if I ever get back there to Patagonia, I fully intend on throwing a walking bait the entire day. I think I could do some damage there. Yeah, I've fished the Patagonia elites. I'm very familiar. uh, Ty Al used to fish them. Who's now he's a Toyota Series guy, and he's doing the opens now. He's he did the opens this year. Anyway, he and his brother would show up, and everybody in the parking lot would groan. Oh God, I guess we're fishing for second place. He's that guy's a hammer. That lake is a hidden hammer gem. It's very much like or excuse me, like Lake Taneycomo that I live by here. Uh, we go out and have people go out there and cry that they never saw a bass. And then the next day we could have a tournament, and I think the last tournament we had for the USA Bass and stuff on there, the winning bag was over 26 pounds. And the guy had a 9 pound kicker. So some of these smaller lakes offer giant opportunities. As far as Patagonia goes, it's always warm. I mean, for maybe 6 weeks, January, February, the lake drops in temperature. But I mean, it's a constant food source for giant fish. There's giant catfish in there too, like 70, 80 pound flatheads. I think you're right, Jeff. Canyon Lake, that's one I never went to. I really enjoyed going to Saguaro, Roosevelt, and Patagonia, up north from me. I never went to Canyon in my boat. I went in my buddy's boat. Uh, Very narrow. I would not, I think for me, I wouldn't go anywhere near that place in the summer. It was a zoo when I was there years ago. Just both. It's a very narrow, you're in a canyon, and people are going back and forth crazy. I, I think fall through winter and spring fishing would be fantastic there, and maybe going out in the evenings. But daytime on a weekend, you couldn't pay me enough to be out there. There's another one a little bit west of Patagonia on the same parallel, uh, called Lake Aravaca. It's a small lake, uh, that also offers big fish. There's 10 pounders in there. I've seen I've seen a guy catch two nines on the same day. Yeah, a couple lakes I never went to, Jonathan, in Arizona that really I regret was, I regret not going to Lake Havasu and, is it Martinez? Those smallmouth lakes up kind of going towards California. I never went there. Aravaca is a Aravaca is a strange place, man. You if you ever go out there, you will go through, border patrol checkpoints in the middle of nowhere, uh, and the only people you see are illegals and border patrol. It's a hot area, super hot. Uh, but I don't know. I never had any issues down there. I camped a couple different times there and never had a problem. For the most part, though, I was in and out the same day. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys. It's good, pretty good test this morning on how this thing's working out. I've almost got how I want this to look. I'm gonna change my background. There'll be pictures and stuff. I got I got this picture. We got all kinds of pictures. But that office is a mess. Home theater's torn apart. The Apple computer is all torn apart. Uh, I do have I don't know. None of you guys live around here, so that's okay. I got this iMac computer that I love, and it works great for the stuff that I do. So I really want to fix this. I may go find out if it's worth it, but I'd love to have that for just my stuff. Time to go to bed. Graveyard was killer. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you, Jonathan. You have a great night. Uh, I have not. I have not been to any of those lakes. I'd also like to go to Lake Dardanelle, the Arkansas River. I think that's where I want to go first. Honestly, I think I want to go to Dardanelle before those other lakes Jeff mentioned. Um, but because I believe, oh, and Lake Hamilton, Lake Wachita, those are the lakes that the Arky division of the MLF fish. So that would be wise to fish those if I was going to follow that trail. But we'll see. I am going to let you guys go today. I'll be back. I'm just kind of getting this the way I want it, and we can graduate to more things down the road. But right now, this is kind of where we're at, and I appreciate your time. And we'll be. I don't know. We'll see. I have to work on Thanksgiving. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's supposed to get really cold here for a week or so. Overnight temps in the low 20s. So we'll see about fishing. The fishing's got to be good to get me out there right now. So we'll see. But again, thank you guys for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving. I might pop in here live uh, this weekend, but I will. I will be scheduling these podcast type things in the real near future. So I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you real soon.